Hey, everybody. Welcome to Grace with Paul Gray. Thanks for joining me today. Have you noticed in the news, on TV and radio, that there's an awful lot of complaining and disputing and arguing? I guess there always has been, but it seems like there's a lot more these days than there ever has been before, both politically and religiously and socially, culturally, all kinds of different ways. Well, today, I want to encourage you to join me as I intend to not take part in that. We know that intention is the scientific word for faith. I have faith that I'm not going to take part in that today. I intend to not complain, not dispute, or not argue. My friend Don Keathley mentioned in one of his teachings lately, he suggested, encouraged I guess, he said, why don't we just let things like Calvinism, Arminianism, Universalism, things that divide us religiously, why don't we just let them all go and just believe and trust that Jesus and Papa and the Holy Spirit love and include and accept everyone, and that Jesus made everybody right with them at the cross. Rather than worry about which doctrine is right and defend what we believe and quote verses and get upset and complain and dispute or argue, just believe that God is totally good. God is love, and he loves and includes everybody, and Jesus did everything necessary for all of us at the cross. Just believe that, let everything else go, and then just enjoy living with them. What if we did that? I think the world would be a better place. As I was thinking about this, the passage that came to mind was Philippians chapter 2, verses 13 through 16. I memorized this a long time ago. In a version that said something like this: "It is God who works in you both to will and to do for his good pleasure." I memorized that, but I never thought about it, and I certainly was never taught what it meant. We sort of glossed over that. The next part was what I do remember and what I was taught you have to work really hard to do. "Do all things without complaining and disputing or arguing, so that you may become, or so that you may prove yourself to be blameless and harmless, children of God, without fault in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world." Well, since I memorized that and taught on it and tried to work it out in my life to no avail many years ago, now I've learned to check what the original meaning of words are in the Greek. And the passage, the part there that's been translated, "so that you may become," or "so that you may prove yourself to be," literally comes from one single Greek word that says "be," as in when Jesus said, "Light be," or "let there be light," light be, and there was light. So what Paul is saying here is, do all things without complaining and disputing and arguing, because you already are, you be, blameless and harmless children of God. Look at how Francois translates this in the Mirror. "Discover God himself as your inexhaustible inner source. He ignites you, he does this, he ignites you with both the desire and the energy that matches his own delight. Your entire life is a poem. Any undercurrent, murmuring, or argumentative debating would be completely out of place, wouldn't fit with the poem. Do not let such issues disrupt the rhythm of your conversation. Your flawless innocence, what you already have, radiates attraction as beacons of light in the midst of a people who have forgotten their true sonship and whose lives have become distorted and perverse. Your lives exhibit the logic of the message of life. You are positioned like the stars in the night sky, superimposed and radiating light, which, shining, pierces the darkness." I love the way he translates that and most everything else. See, Christ is already in you, the hope of glory. So now, rather than work or strive or be or try to become or to prove ourselves, we just be who we already are. And we let Christ in us live as us and be who he is, because as he is in this world, so are we. And he will, as we relax and let him, he will do his works and bring about his will as us. And then we get to just rest and enjoy participating with him in his creation. So I intend to remember today that there's no place for complaining or grumbling or arguing in the poem that I already am, his creation and his masterpiece. As I just live and enjoy being in the Trinity's divine triune circle dance of unconditional love and everything that flows from that, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, always being under control of the Holy Spirit, compassion, all of that's called grace, then I just be who I already am, and there's no place in that for complaining, grumbling, or arguing. Hey, hope that's helpful. See you all next time. Bye-bye.